welcome to my studio. So today I'm going to be walking you through my bedroom studio. Really cool space. I've been here for around 2 years probably, and just show you all the little things that make the creative process go and help with my daily life, I guess. I really love this space. I've moved house like 3 or 4 times in the past few years. This one by far has the most general vibe to it. Really great space. Let's start upstairs. All right, so here we are in the living room. It's not the main one of the house, but it's definitely a living space. This is a pretty important area for me because I work my job from my room. I do all my music stuff from my room. I spend a lot of time there. So it's really nice to be able to spend even half an hour up here in the day just to be in a different space. But I'll show you around. So we've got the couch, we've got the poodle. Really nice like outlook outside into the garden. Then this is the main entertainment space. We've got PS2 Switch, PS5 controller, but you'll notice there's no PS5. Down in these cabinets, just like board games, and this is my record collection. It's pretty small as things go, records are expensive. My prized possession, George Harrison, All Things Must Pass 50th Anniversary box set, this thing. This is basically just where I chill and do non-music related stuff, which I've learned over the years is very important to have a good balance. Now I'll take you down the stairs here, and we're back in my room. This is just the bedroom aspect of the room. I've got my little sort of Beatles shrine going on. This cool thing my mum actually made for me. She traced it off one of my most precious guitars, my first Strat, and made that for me on my 21st. I don't have it on very often with the lights, but I should. And this here is really cool artwork by my aunt, which you'll see a couple scattered around the room. Up here, random stuff, violin, saxophone, recorders and tin whistles and all sorts of stuff. In fact, I'll show you inside this. You could see how I was holding the camera right now. In fact, you probably can. Let's take you over. There. So yeah, literally just like tin whistle, recorder, this really cool ocarina that I got from Kyoto in Japan. Another artwork by my aunt, a couple cables, climbing equipment. In the last year I've really gotten into rock climbing, so I've got like a harness in there, I've got shoes up there. Over here we've got a few guitars. I'm gonna do a separate guitar video because I could talk for hours about each one. So yeah, I've just got a Strat and 2 acoustics here. PVC pipe. For obvious reasons. Climbing shoes, chalk bag. Recently found you can get like Lego replicas for cheap, so I've been building all this Japanese stuff with my girlfriend. And this thing, which took like a year or 2 to build, literally like every detail had to be glued on. Hagrid didn't come with it, he was from Italy. And yeah, a couple books, film cameras, love shooting on film. I'm not the biggest reader, but I've definitely started enjoying it more recently. And I'm way more of a biographies guy. As you can see, almost everything here is a biography. Got a bunch of guitar equipment just tucked away in here, like maintenance tools, strings. In here we've obviously got more guitars. These are the ones I use much more frequently. MIDI keyboard and the artwork for my latest song, which is a perfect time to tell you that this video is sponsored by me. All the links are in the description to check out my music, but let's get on with it. This drum kit serves no purpose. I haven't used it as a drum kit in ages. It's literally just been for the occasional video I'll like mime me playing on it. Now over here we've got my amp, mandolin, tiny little Lego replica of my Strat. Pretty cool, and a potato. So I don't use this at all really. I literally have not plugged into this amp or pedal board for over a year now. I've been all digital. It used to be a lot better put together and more impressive, but I've streamlined it down to just the essentials: tremolo, delay, reverb, fuzz, wah, volume, tuner, tube screamer, blues driver, and this to reamp stuff from Pro Tools through the Pro board apparently. And this is actually one of my favorite things. So SM57 classic mic, but this Audix cab grabber. It's so annoying to have to set up a mic every time, so to have this thing that's clipped onto the amp, every time I move the amp, it comes with. Super handy if you're trying to keep a quick and tidy workflow. Now I know you're probably keen to see what's here, but we'll get there soon. First, we've got my main guitar. This is the one I just play like 99% of the time. We've got my current reed, once again, Biography, Sue Me. Piano, which I recently actually, with the upgrade of one of my pieces of equipment here, have been able to run a MIDI cable out the back, through the carpet, and into my computer. So if you've seen videos of me creating music, you'll often see that I move over to the piano and it's triggering MIDI from my computer, which is so handy. I think one of the coolest features of this room is the fact that it's on the bottom floor. It's got almost floor to ceiling windows, which is very uncommon for a bedroom. And of course, a door straight outside, which is so important for me. I love being out in the sun. I love just feeling the grass under my feet. And so, I mean, I'll be outside in that garden at least 5 times a day just throughout to break up the monotony of mixing or writing, whatever I'm doing at the time. But at this time of year, I literally can't get through the path. Okay. Spiderweb, 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 more spiderweb, ooh, another spiderweb, all of which have active spiders inside. I don't know how well it would have shown up on camera, but there were at least 10 thick spider webs, each with a nice big spider curled up in a leaf inside it. And last, I really like this desk. It's just simple, white. I can pull this bit out if I need more desk space. I installed this extra little shelf underneath for my turntable, my launch pad, which I rarely use, wireless keyboard, wireless mouse that's flashing because it is dying. This little tray is pretty cool. I mean, it's not cool at all. These are Presonus Eris E5 XT speakers. Pretty cheap as speakers go. Honestly, they're the only pair of studio monitors I've had, so I can't tell if they're good or not, but they do the job for me and they're what I've used for every song I've made so far. So I'm happy with them. Here, this was the most recent edition, SSL 12. I had the SSL 2 Plus. With the limited inputs, I had to keep switching out my turntable when I wanted to use it, and I really wanted that actual like full-size MIDI in so I could hook it up with the piano. But yeah, that's one of my favorite pieces of equipment. It's really simple, but I love that all the cables are tucked away at the back so they're not shooting out here creating a mess. It's all top facing. I'd love to get some LEDs up here so it illuminates it better, but I love the size of the buttons, the look of it. It sounds good. Highly recommend if you need something with quite a few inputs. So this monitor is pretty underwhelming. Like it does the job, but I do a lot of video editing and it definitely doesn't hold up for that. It's only 1080p. The color's not great, but for music it works fine, and it allows me to use this as a dual screen setup. Audio-Technica ATH M50X is pretty much like industry standard. Got my Beatles cards, also industry standard. My microphone is on this Rode PSA-1 boom arm, and it's the NT1 Studio kit. It's definitely the next thing I want to replace in this setup because I use it more than even my guitars, yet it's one of the cheapest pieces of equipment I have. Definitely looking to upgrade that. But it absolutely does the trick. And this boom arm, I can literally be recording in seconds. I have a quick idea, I just spin it around, hit record enable on Pro Tools, and away we go. Then the most important part of this setup is my Mac Pro. It has been the best purchase. It was so expensive, but this thing has not faltered since the moment I got it. It's really just the star of the show. So that's been it. That's my studio. This is where I spend literally like 95% of my time at home. The size of it, carpeted floors, this wooden feature wall looks so good. On my videos I make for both YouTube and Instagram, being able to go straight outside when it's not the season of death is just so nice. And I'm really happy with how it's evolved over the years. I am a stickler for like efficiency when creating music. I'll just like grab my bass plug it straight into this cable here. That's always set up with the right levels in the interface, and I can be recording a bass line within literally like 15 seconds of coming up with the idea, which you've probably seen if you watch my writing videos. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this insight into my space. I made this more for me than anyone else because I want to sort of memorialize this space before I leave at the end of the year. And if you want to check out my music or any other videos, links are in the description. Subscribe, do whatever you want. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Against you on my shoulder and it feels